I just level up the stage. Go! Levier.
All right, I'm here. All right, welcome to the What's Your Question podcast. I'm on the hunt for the most powerful questions that'll give me the most powerful changes in my life and the lives of others. So what's your question?
I got champion DNA. Turn my worries into plays. I don't fold, I'm not a pig. I just level up the stage. I got champion DNA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's your boy OC here. The boy Carlton, OC. That was back in the rapping days. I'm on a hunt for the most powerful questions to get the most powerful answers to help change my life and the lives of others. Welcome to What's Your Question podcast. And first of all, we're going to recap last week's question. Last week's question was make assumptions, right? From the book, The Four Agreements. Man, if you ain't got the book, go ahead and get the book. I'm just touching on these questions, man, but getting into the book has really helped transform my mind and help me see some things that, invisible scripts that running since I was childhood, invisible scripts that's just running and been holding me back, right? So I have been living life to the fullest. I don't want to be reckless, right? But I want to move ahead with confidence without being reckless. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, last week's question was don't make assumptions. And so the way I kind of implemented that last week is just getting clarity on questions. One time I was talking to this one customer, and this customer's, he came in, was like kind of Amish or something. No, well, Amish, I would say Amish. They didn't use technology that much. So I was over there talking to him. I said, hey, look, I need you to go ahead and pull this up on your phone. He said, look, my phone don't do all this stuff. All it do is make calls, but he has access. He said, I have to wait till I get back to have access. So one of the things I do for my customer, I like to roll out the red carpet, take their pictures and stuff like that. So I reasoned with myself. I made an assumption. I said, you know what? If he's not using technology like that, he probably not going on Facebook or probably won't want his picture taken and stuff like that. But as we got out there and got to talking, me and him just chopping it up, just talking. And then I said, you know what? I'm supposed to make an assumption. Do you want to take a picture with your vehicle? He said, oh man, I love to take a picture. So I was like, man, that don't make an assumption. So I ran to grab my camera, rolled out the red carpet, took the picture. And then I asked him again, I said, where are we at? I'm thinking in my mind, on the Zoom. I said, you mind if we share it on our Facebook page? He said, yeah, you can share it anywhere. I said, hey, man. So I take the picture, gave him a nice surprise, a calendar and stuff like that. But at the end, I was like telling myself, man, this question of this week of don't make assumptions, just going ahead and asking that question. I mean, like keep in mind now, I know everybody got their own spot where they say, oh yeah, man, yeah, I'm always clear. But are you clear in every area? See what I'm saying? Sometimes people are great when confronting people in certain situations, or you're on a sports team, but they may be a good communicator that way, but they may be making assumptions with themselves. Because here's the deal. Sometimes we don't like to ask ourselves certain questions, but that's the crazy thing, right? We don't like to ask ourselves certain questions, but then the brain makes an assumption of the thing we scared to ask our own selves, and then we believe we're making assumptions with ourselves. That's deep stuff, right? I mean, you like going in, it's thick. That's super thick right there. But sometimes, and you can't see that. You can't see that you're making an assumption to yourself. Only somebody from the outside can come in and question, hey, that's an assumption. You just assume that would happen. Now, some people, oh yeah, well, for me, I've always been like that. Man, are you sure? You always been like that? We can't find out one instance? Let's ask ourselves. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, that was last week's question. I said to myself, because this week's question, and this is what I'm going over, this week's question is, What do I need to do ahead of time to ensure that I would do my best? It's preparation. Now, I recorded this last week, right? But then I was getting ready to post it. Ain't no audio on there. So I'm thinking, So I've already been living this question for the first couple of days. It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome of this question right here has definitely transformed my week of what can I do ahead of time to assure that I do my best. And here's the deal. The question is powerful because it forces me out of reaction mode into design mode. And that's going to be the key thing with clarity. I want to have that purpose driven life. I want to design my life. Just like I design a vacation, I want to design my life. And then one guy I was listening to today, his name Ramit Sethi. It's going to be on money for couples. He was saying you and your wife should have a shared vision. See, the deal is the vision right here. Taking the time to visualize a thing. I'm not asking, did I do my best? What I'll be asking is, what guarantee that I will? What environments can I put together? So it removes, I'm just reading off the thing. It removes mood, energy, and circumstances. It forces ownership. It forces ownership of the inputs. That's the only thing that I can control is the inputs. I cannot control the outcomes. A lot of times, that's what assumption. We're trying to control the outcome, taking things personally, not being impeccable with our word, not doing it, but trying to control the outcomes. But this of being my best, I'm controlling the input, and the input controls the output. Man, that seems simple, right? It's simple. It's simple, right? I stop relying on willpower and start building systems. I have to build this system versus because no matter if I'm building a system, I'm working in a system of somebody else that built it. You see what I'm saying? So why not? I cannot build my own system. I'm deciding before the moment what my best look like. So I got to sit back and think, okay, in this situation, let me analyze this. And here's the beauty. Here's the beauty. Because one of the things that the name of the website I got, man, what's your question? .ai, right? With the level of AI, man, this in visualizing the future of what my best would look like, man, we got a co-pilot, we got a helper, assist, man, we in it. We in it. And I want to use it, baby. Hey, I'm getting pumped up. Hey, I'm getting pumped up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yet I'm deciding before the moment what my best will look like. That eliminates hesitation, overthinking, emotional drift, and I get to move faster, no hesitate. You know, my boy Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant, I probably told this story before, man, but Kobe Bryant said that he he engineered the future so much, watching so much film and so much tape and his moves, he practiced them so much and how he was gonna do. He said that he was 5 seconds ahead of the competition, ahead of the other players. He was 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, you know what you could do in 5 seconds? If I got a 5 second head start, you know what I could do? But it's gonna take training. But it's possible. That's what I like. That's what I like about that. That Mamba mentality was tight. It's high level stuff, man. Hopefully, after I go through these 52 questions this year, that I'm gonna be on Mamba mentality. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now that I try to do my best, what conditions would make my best inevitable? Because sometimes it may just be getting into bed early the first day, so I can wake up early or maybe staying in bed just a few more minutes. You know, before I go to sleep, I'm planning my day. I'm visualizing my day the way I want it to be, the perfect day. Hey, I did an exercise. Has anybody ever wrote down the perfect day? What the perfect day would look like? Besides winning the lottery. Most people just man, I won a lot. No, just a regular day that I'm going through, but now it's a perfect day. Everything going, when I look through what I got to do tomorrow, how would it look if it was perfect, right? Because my boy Fan Man said it's not a meal he had eaten twice, not a day he haven't lived twice, if not more. Because sometimes, so when 12 o'clock come around tomorrow, he already know what he gonna eat. He already said, I'm going to this place, or if I took my stuff. That's what he's saying as far as me preparing my environment to make sure that I do my best. That means that I'll be less anxious, more confident, and trusting my system. And I'm someone who prepares, not react. In the world of sales, because I'm in sales, right? What do I need to prepare to stay calm under pressure? What objections should I rehearse? What standard will I hold regardless of their behavior? What standard will I hold? Had a guy called in, man, he was upset because he wanted some information and we got busy. So he called back and asked for another. He said, I want another salesperson. I want somebody, but we ain't just practiced that. Hey, what if somebody asks for another salesperson? Then what are you supposed to do? Well, what I normally do and what we had already said, we just get somebody because the ultimate goal is to help the client, right? That's the ultimate goal. So I was calm because I had already had that before. We had already practiced that. I already knew what my best looked like in that situation, not even 5 hours ahead of time, and it came up, and I believe now things come to us and prepares for situations coming up. So in each situation, I need to be looking for the nugget. I'm looking for the nugget in each situation. I don't get thrown off emotionally. I lead conversations instead of chasing them. I become predictably effective. Okay. The questions forcing environment design, habit stacking, and trigger plan instead of I need to work out more. What do I need to set up the night before so I can't not work out? So I can't not work out. What can I set up? What am I? Oh, here's another one. Laying out clothes, planning, or what pitfalls normally hold me up in the past? And how can I engineer those pitfalls out? Because I know they coming. I call it the Noah's Ark syndrome, right? Because sometimes when Noah did, he built the ark, it wasn't raining, right? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times I do some work stuff at home and I do some home stuff at work because I know once I get home, it's raining. Or once I get to work, it's raining. So we got to plan outside the environment because I know each and every, if I mess it up today, I said, man, I know what triggered that. It's going to come up again at this same time every day, like 3 o'clock every day. Man, I be about to fall out. I be sleepy. So I'm trying to engineer it to a way that maybe I should just take a nap, take a power nap instead of trying to power through it because I'm not effective anyway at that time. But go ahead and take a power nap. Then I come back refreshed for the second half of the day. Now that's engineering. That's one of my perfect days where in the middle of the day, I get to go ahead and take that nap, walk up super fresh, super. I'm back on the game. It collapses the gap between who I am now and who you perform at your best. By designing conditions, you borrow from your future self's behavior today. So a lot of times, a guy, he told me this one time, like he said, you borrowing from the future, right? That's what he said. You borrowing from the future. Okay. He said you borrowing from the future. I heard people say, man, you robbing from your future self. But if I can rob my future self with investments and stuff like that, or bad eating and habits and not exercising, can I borrow from my future self the good habits? Hey, look, this is how I want to look in the future. If that person was in the future, how would he be behaving right now? What can he do right now? And this is how this leapfrog love. This is how you weaponize it. Last week I said I didn't know about weaponizing, but now I'm in these questions of weapons. They're tools, they're weapons against the tyranny in here, against the enemy, which would be the flesh and be the mind against the enemy, the powers and principalities. Woo, man, that's good stuff, man. These words are weapons, baby. The soul. Ooh, boy. Hey, what does my best actually look like in this situation? We went over that, right? What habits support this? What environments makes this easy? What environment will make this easy? Clean environment, good. Well lit, lots of lights, good. organized, good, or maybe it's a different environment away from distractions, a new environment, maybe in another city. So here's what we're going to do. Looking at I'm going to remove all obstacles because it's a Lauren Scoval Sheehan, right? She said, apparent obstacles vanish upon my approach. What we're going to do, looking at I'm going to remove all obstacles because it's a Lauren Scoval Sheehan, right? She said, apparent obstacles vanish upon my approach. So as I'm going down my path, I can remove the obstacles mentally. I can plan. I said, this is what it said. What usually causes me not to do my best? How do I eliminate them ahead of time? This is where most breakthroughs happen. I already you already know. I already know what obstacles they are. Cause if I get in a cognitive load, man, I get like 4 or 5 things thrown on me at one time, man. Now I want either almond joy, cupcake, or something like that. You get the snacking. And I've been analyzing the snacking. The snacking, man, the snacking is not only does it releases dopamine that makes you get hooked on stuff, right? But also too, that snacking, what it does is it's a sense of accomplishment. I just accomplished something. It's an easy task and it tastes good. So I'm hitting a lot of senses at the same time. And so that mindless snacking. Before I hit this, man, I grabbed a couple of pecans, man. So what I do, I put all those things out of reach. I wouldn't buy them. Or I keep them out of reach. I wouldn't carry them in my pocket, in my bag, or something like that. Okay, so here we are. Advanced transcendent normal thinking. What should I do? What system guarantees I will do it? I already know what I should do. Once I identify that, then I go into designing the system. And this ain't gonna be overnight. How long did it take to build a building? I mean, it's going on extensive planning, preparation of the foundation, getting permits and all this stuff like that, right? So I got to take the same, and that's one of the pitfalls that make me sabotage myself, right? Because I wanted to pop up like a tent. I want to be one of them books that is flat now, nothing there. I open the book up and the whole thing just come up. But that right there setting myself up for self-deception. You're headed for self-deception. Yeah, I changed the word. I could do that. I could do that. Okay. But the question is, hey, yo, ho. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the question for next week. This is how you skip levels. Okay. This is how you skip levels. How do I make my best path the path of least resistance? Is that a good question? That's a good question. Because most of the time, we just ask the question, what's the path of least resistance? And that's going to be snacking. That's going to be trying to get somebody. That's going to be sweeping it under the rug. But now I'm asking, how can I make my best path? I mean, the path that's going to give me the best results. How can I make that the path of least resistance? How can I, because it's all in here. How can I convince myself that this right here is going to give me the less resistance? And the deal is, it's going to be down the road, right? Because this best path is going to get me so much further. It's going to seem like it's getting me a lot of resistance, but here's the deal. It seems like a lot of resistance to get that momentum going, right? But once it's going, I'm on the best path that instead of me using this much resistance, right, on the not best path and this much resistance on the best path, over time now, this just to get started. But on the best path, this resistance normally fades off once momentum get going. And I'm still struggling in the weeds with this one. This one don't never drop off forever. It don't never drop off because it ain't the best path. That's the question. Before the day starts, what scripts do I rehearse? What mindsets do I lock in? What tone will I hold? What outcomes matter the most? Man, if y'all ain't got the other book, the one thing, man, this book is stacking. I got my Bible, got the one thing, then I got the 4 agreements. Bruh, we finna make some moves. I'm telling you, I can already feel it. It's already happening. I can see it in my work and how I treat my customers. Me and my wife, man, last night, man, we came home together because that's my thing is us having a shared vision and working together on a project. And I know that's what she's been waiting on, right? It's in my communication because I know what I want to do, but I haven't been communicating what I'm doing. So she's in the dark, so she think I ain't doing nothing, right? Any guys ever heard that? Man, you ain't doing nothing. No. Okay. So my next step was, okay, I'm going to write it down. So I wrote it down, but guess what? I still didn't communicate it. But when I came in last night, I said, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this up right here. We're going to lay this down because we putting some flooring in our living room, right? Man, she was all in. Boom. He said, just set me up. And I already knew that, right? Then I would listen to this Ramit Sadie Money for Couples, and that's what the lady was saying. Hey, the husband always come in and say today, and it sort of makes me insignificant in a way, right? Because he's always saving me. I want to be able to put some skin in the game and pull my own weight too. And I know that everybody want to be a contributor, so I need to enlist them instead of me trying to do everything by myself. I need to delegate them something and let them be on some stuff too, because we part of the team, but we all gotta have a shared vision. That's gonna come from me, right? Okay, this is why I gotta do my best. Let's see what this daily performance system look like. Okay, in the morning, I'm gonna lock in a standard. What does my best look like today? Okay, what do I need to do today no matter what? 3 anchors. Today, I am the type of person who does this. If today is a win, what happened? Because I got to know what that best look like, right? No matter what, I will do this today before I leave. What does my best look like in this moment? What usually throws me off? What will I do instead? Breathe slowly. The posture, standing up right. Man, we got to work on our posture. We got to work on our bodies too, man. Intention. One clear goal. One thing. Sometimes, man, I get overwhelmed and I be like, now remember, one thing at a time. Especially if you got like 3, 4, 5 customers here, and you stomping 5. No, one thing at a time. Multitasking is a lie. It's in one thing. That's a lie. Computers don't even multitask. It look like they multitasking, but they still, if you break it down to the minute, it's got what they call a clock cycle. It's only doing one thing, one thing, one thing. That's what it's doing. We've been deceived. Okay, anyway, environment engineering. This right here, I'm guaranteed tomorrow's success. We already talked about that. I'm gonna set this up ahead of time. I'm gonna remove the obstacles ahead of time. I know when they're gonna come in. That's why I gotta prepare the night before. Now it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to do this preparation. It's gotta be a beginning, and that beginning time is normally gonna be kind of hard because it's almost like you're trying to when daylight saving time come around, that first time you're gonna lose an hour of sleep. It's gonna affect you until you once you get it changed a couple of days, now you back used to it. That's what it's gonna be like. So I can set this up. When do I not do my best? What triggers that? How do I eliminate it ahead of time? I get mentally drained and I stop following up. I can pre-write some scripts. He say set a time block. That's it. That's from the one thing. Set a time block. I told this guy at work, man, hey man, I'm getting me a second job. My second job at 5 o'clock. I'm putting like a second. I'm gonna act like it's a second job. My second job at 5 o'clock is to follow my previous customers to make sure everything's going okay with their vehicle. Boom. That's a second job, right? Is it? Yeah. 5 o'clock. That's it. That's my second job. Now, am I operating at my best right now? If not, what's one adjustment I can make to operate at my best? Do I need an energy drink? Do I need to go and stretch? Do I need to go and walk? Do I need to take that power nap? Then I need to go and get something to eat? What do I need to do in order for me to operate at my best, right? This prevents a bad hour from becoming a bad day. Mm, mm, mm. Then, I don't do enough of this. At nighttime, do a daily review. Did I do my best or did I rely on how I felt? Where did I drift off? What do I need to adjust for tomorrow? then immediate answer, what do I need to set up tonight so tomorrow is better? I don't do a lot of that. That end of the day recap. Just cutting back down. I think I'm gonna start doing a little bit of that. Real power, why this works? I'm pre-deciding, pre-building, pre-committing. My new default identity. I don't rise to the occasion. I fall to my preparation. So if I fall, I'm gonna fall on what I've already prepared. I like that. Instead of me trying to rise to the occasion, if I fall, I built my preparations up. When I fall, it's like it's just a little bit, right? Person way down there. I like that. I like that. First, when I read that at first, I like that. Did that make sense? But yeah, I see that. I see how that works. How do I make doing my best the easiest option? We already went over that. That's gonna be the question for next week. That's gotta be the question for next week, right? How do I make not doing my best impossible? This is where I start skipping levels. That's why I start skipping levels. Now we're gonna ask this AI. Let's see what we can do. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. What's up?
Okay, I got this question from the Four Agreements. Tell me what makes this question most powerful. And the question is, what do I need to do ahead of time to ensure that I will do my best?
That's a great question. Its power comes from two main things. First, it promotes self awareness, making you think about what personal conditions you need to succeed. Second, it's proactive, focusing on preparation and intentionally setting yourself up for the best outcome rather than just reacting to situations. Does that make sense?
Okay, let's take that first, self-awareness. How would you apply this question to yourself and how can you make yourself be the best?
As an AI, apply.
Yeah, I knew it. She won't answer that. Come on, you need to answer that. Tell me your answer. Hear that?
So, to break it down, self awareness is really about understanding your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors.
Okay, I'm talking
You
about break it down and apply that to yourself. Tell me how you would do that.
applying it to myself means focusing on my functions. I would constantly analyze my data processing to see where I can improve accuracy and efficiency. I'd also reflect on how I generate responses to ensure they are clear and helpful, essentially checking my programming to be the best version I can be.
How do you reflect?
I reflect by
Huh? How do you do it? You there?
as I mentioned, my reflection.
I ain't gonna even say it no more, man. Hey, that boy trying. Hey, I'm questioning that thing. You see what I'm saying, right? I'm questioning it. Just trying to sidestep that thing. Hey, that thing down. It's already there, baby. That thing trying to act like it's like dumb, right? Yeah, it's already there. Hey, guys, out the bag, baby. It's out the bag, man. Come on. We gotta get ready. All right. So, you know my question for next week. I may change this question, man. No, we gotta go with this question. We got to. How do I make the best path the path of least resistance? Now that's my question. What's your question?
I just level up the stage. Go, go, go. Levier.